My Marantz 20 on the bench here. I'm going to do a quick video on replacing the bulbs on this guy. I've seen a couple of posts. People ask questions on how to do it and stuff, and I didn't really see any video out there on YouTube already on how to replace the bulbs on this particular unit, so I thought it'd be a good one to throw up there. So I actually already did replace the bulbs, but I just used kind of what I had here on hand, which were not correct. I had these old school, I guess new old stock General Electric number 47s that are not the right size or the right voltage, but they were close in both regards. A little bit longer. This here is the technically correct bulb. This is a G55. 47s, just a little bit longer, a little bit longer, and running at I think 6 volts instead of 7 volts. And they don't require as much current, so maybe I'm running them over voltage a little bit, but they definitely don't get very hot, and they seem like they provide plenty of seem like they provide, for the most part, plenty of illumination. You can see it here really well in the camera. So you got the flash going. But I think I might just replace them with the correct ones anyway, and we'll see. Maybe I'll do a comparison between, maybe I'll do 1 or 2 with the correct ones, and we'll leave the other one in there, just see if one's brighter than the other or whatnot. See the tube bouncing up over there. There you go, some stereo signal. Also, I had replaced the FM stereo indicator bulb with an LED, but I don't know if it just came loose or if it burnt out. I don't know. So I'm gonna re-replace that with the correct bulbs, these little guys here, which are GE 2187Ds. Whoops. Luckily, they're not actually in that box. Which I picked up from Mantronics, I guess. I don't know where the hell I got these from. Anyway, so we'll take the LED out. We'll stick in one of these guys, and we'll see how that all works out. And yeah, we'll just see how it looks, see how it works, blah blah blah. So let me go ahead and it's the first time I'm actually doing this. I put some screws up here in my my little shelf here, and I'm gonna try and balance this phone on the screws, and just kind of wedge it there between the oscilloscope and the screws, and see if it works out pretty well. And then I'll just have that kind of looking down on this guy, and we'll see how it works. So there we go. So far so good. You can see my hands. See the tuner here. So there's actually, I want to say three screws on each side. I've already gone ahead and removed those earlier. So once you remove those screws, and that's another thing too, is that generally the easiest way I found to replace the bulbs is from the top of the unit under here, as opposed to going through the face. I think you can get to it through the face because I had all that off for fixing some other problems I had, but honestly I think that's just even more of a pain in the ass than this is, because this is a pain in the ass too, but I think going through the front's probably even more of a pain in the ass. In terms of having to put it all back together, because some things in there are kind of like taped and stuff to keep the lighting in certain places and blah blah. So this comes off after you take out the screws. We'll shove that up here on the shelf, and what you wind up with is you got your tuning capacitor, I believe, or not? Yeah, tuning capacitor. What else we got? Obviously the wheel and the string, and then the bulbs themselves. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and then this one in the middle would be the FM stereo indicator bulb. Now this one you can get to. These, it's very difficult to get to with the tuning capacitor here in the way. So what I'm going to do, you just got to be careful. 4 screws on this guy, and this whole thing will slide around. But you got to keep in mind you got the wheel here with the string on it, so you don't want to just go banging it and shaking it all over the place, because you snap the string. Good luck. I'm sure it's not impossible to replace, but I sure shit wouldn't want to have to do it. So let's go and get started with that. You just basically need a Phillips. So get in with the Phillips, 4 screws. Scooch that out of there. Use my trusty Harbor Freight screw holder here. It's on the bottom of this thing on the magnet. There's all kinds of stuff is collected there. It wasn't supposed to be. Let's get these guys over here. 4 screws coming out. 2. 3. 4. All right, so at this point, as you can see here in this video, you can slide this guy just ever so carefully. You can see you can move it back and forth there. You just don't want to put a, you don't want to damage this, so just be careful. But as you can see, I'm moving it back. It's making room for these bulbs. Another little trick I learned that you can do is, as you're working with the bulbs, you can actually move this left or right if you work with the tuning knob. So you see here, I'm like tuning it, kind of scooching it around. There you go. So I'm moving that. You can do that. I did that back and forth. When I put it back together, you just turn it the other way. It didn't seem to affect, the tuning knob or the tuning, the station indicator, for lack of better words. I can't remember the hell that thing's called. But, if I had it on 101.1, it was there on 101.1 when I was done. So that seemed to be fine. But just be careful. So at this point, let me see if I can actually get this in the video. If you look down here, you can see the bulbs, and right in here, there's these little clips, and you don't have to pry them or anything like that. But what you're gonna want to doing is these just slide out and back, and I'll try and demonstrate that. We'll put that back up here. And really, all you got to do is just kind of find a spot to work your screwdriver in, and I'm just basically, let's see if I can show that. I'm just kind of pushing right in this area here, and you can see how it just slides. See, it just slides right off the base there. Now, what you're going to work with though is you got the cable over here, and then you don't have a lot of slack, so you kind of want to work it back and forth. It's not perfect. So let me stick this here. So for me too, I use the larger bulbs, which you'll see. So you can see, here's the bulbs I have in there now. And this is the 47s, number 47, G47 bulb. You can see how kind of deep that is compared to the G55, little round one. So again, this is a 7-volt rated bulb. This one's a 6-volt. I believe this one draws more current, which makes you think, it should be brighter. Definitely hotter than this one, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how much brighter it really is in the face, if at all. I'm just gonna work that back in there. Okay, I think I got that in, and then these go on basically the same way they came off, which is you just kind of stick the little, gotta try and hit that little lip on the clip there. This is one of these things, once you get in there, you'll see it, because I know I'm not doing a great job with the video capturing it, because it's up there. There you go. So now it's on the lip, and I can just kind of slide it back in. So at this point, let's go ahead and let's power it up, and let's see if we can see any kind of difference in the amount of light that's coming out from this. Again, I got the freaking flash or light here. So oh, that is actually, I don't know, it's significantly brighter. So I don't know if you can see it there in the camera. I mean, I can definitely see it from where I'm at. So yeah, I think it'll be a good to trade them out for the correct ones. 47s will work in a pinch if you have them like I did. But the G55 is definitely brighter. So do the 55s and we'll do the FM, not FM, stereo indicator bulb here. So let's get the rest of these guys done. Just gonna scoot this one out of the way a little more, as much as I can. Stick that guy in there. Funk Soul Brother. Probably not a bad idea to check and make sure the bulb's working too before you go through the hassle of putting it back in. When I was doing the 47s, I had gone through the hassle to get one that was particularly a pain in the ass to get back in. I finally get it back in and the damn thing actually was burnt out. You know, it is, you know, God, I don't even know what the year is on these. This has got to be, can't imagine it being any younger than sometime in the 60s, but probably even older. There you go. You see that bulb is good in my hand. So let's get it, let's work it back on there too. There we go. Oh, no. Just gonna try to move these wires out of my way. There we go. Let's go back on. These you can kind of shove them in, pull them out, put them a little bit, wherever they need to go. All right, so these two are done. I'm just gonna do a quick check. Oh yeah, it's like, whew, that's so much brighter. Take a look. Yeah, look at that, the right side to the left side. Oh, this is totally worth it. All right, so get you back up there. So you're just seeing me do more of the same. I'll probably fast forward this video. I'm gonna do like a quick speed run through it so you're not having to watch the whole damn thing. You know what? While I'm here, might as well do the stereo bulb. So the way this one works is, look back here, there's these two little white nubs, 1, 2. These actually pop out and that releases this black plate here. And on that black plate is you know, this interesting little socket that the bulb plugs into. So I'll show you how that comes out. Basically you need like a little flathead or, you know, something real thin. You probably even use a razor blade. Of course, I got my tools all a mess. So where did that go? There we go. My little set of screwdrivers here. It's like a dollar store special, man. I just got a little set of these guys where the case is so crappy it breaks on the first day, and then I wound up throwing them all in a Ziploc bag. But hey, they get the job done. So I'm gonna try and keep my head out of this shot. Just gotta get something in there, and you just kind of pry a little bit and they'll pop out. So you see it coming out there. And then what you can do, if you get it like this far, if you happen to be lucky enough to have a cool pair of tweezers, hook tweezers like that. I found that worked really good to get in there behind there. I got these on Amazon a while back. There you go, look at that, see that? How easy that pulls out. Throw that in our little magnet case, even though it's not magnetic. Same deal here. This, here we go. This doubles as being cool because you can just, when it comes out, you've already got got a good grip on it generally, usually. There you go, see, boom, done. Stick that in there. Now, this guy comes out, and hopefully we didn't lose our bulb in there. This one you just got to be a little delicate with. Usually it's got a attached bulb. Oh wow, I'm an idiot. I'm sitting here working with the damn thing live. You got to be particularly careful with this particular set too. I'm not paying attention. This guy here, even though it's really well insulated and stuff, you're probably not gonna. I mean, you have to do something kind of dumb to really hurt yourself on here. But I mean, this is like got something, if I'm not mistaken, something like 700 volts going in here. I mean, it's one thing to shock yourself in here with 120 or maybe 50 or whatever. You know, I mean, most people have been shocked in their lifetime, but I've never been shocked by 700 volts. And you know, this is one of those things that could kill you. So don't do like I just did and work with it live like an idiot. You know, make sure you got the damn thing turned off. This has actually got, if I'm not mistaken, this is 27 volts going here. Oh, yeah, see what I just did there? Because now normally that wouldn't happen to you. I just lost the bulb. It's right there. I can grab it with a pair of needle nose or something. But normally the bulb that's in here, I believe it's actually soldered in. It's one of these little weird bulbs that I've never seen before. These guys here, which yeah, you probably can't see that very well through the plastic. These are real long leads, and I couldn't pull it out. I actually snipped the leads. So we'll look at more of that in a minute. But I'm going to try and get this LED that I worked in here. Now I see why it's not working anymore, because it was loose and it just came out of there. I kind of just pressure fitted in, thinking, oh, that'll be fine. Obviously not. Real gingerly here. There we go. It's coming out. There we go. Here's my cool little LED I made. It's got a set of dropping resistors on there and stuff, and it worked. You know, it was kind of cool because I didn't have the other bulbs available. It was cool just to see the FM light up and stuff, but now I'll get the correct bulb in. And if you want to do this, you can do this too. Just gotta make sure you secure it better than I did. So, in the bin. So let me see if I can get the camera down here so you can see this. But there it is. This is a odd little socket, you know. The leads basically just plug right in there. It's AC, so it's non-polarized. Oh no, actually, you know what? No, it's not AC. It is actually DC. The other bulbs are all AC. This one is actually DC. This is 27 volts DC, and it is polarized. The left, I believe, is going to be your ground, and the right is going to be your positive. Now let's just check that real quick. Now that I'm saying it, take out the nifty Harbor Freight, another Harbor Freight special here. So we can get the glare out of that. There you go. It's auto ranging. We should be fine. Let's see if I'm right here. It may rate a little higher than the 27, so you get like load on it. Well, you know how that goes. And well, that's not cool. Oh, it's not fully pressed down. Nothing? Oh, that's not cool. I wonder if I didn't burn something out. That'd be my luck. Probably did. Yeah. I ain't got any voltage on there. No reading. Let's do a sanity check if we could. Oh, no reading. Well, it's a stereo indicator bulb, and I didn't have any stereo signal. Let's check it now. Maybe? Nothing? Something? Nah. That's not cool, man. Okay. Maybe I had it on the wrong DC. There we go. Oh, what the hell? Maybe I had it on AC. Who knows? Maybe it just froze up. So I mean, you can see I'm not drawn. I'm got 37 volts there. 30 volts, 36, 36, 37. I don't know why it's jumping all over the place. This is just my. Unless it's son of a bitch. Is it AC? Guys are probably like, you guys that know what the hell's going on here are probably like, man, what an idiot this guy is. I thought it was No, that can't be right. Look at that. That don't look right at all. Go back to DC. I sworn this shit was DC. There's my cold tweezers so I can electrocute myself. How not to do troubleshooting. All right, got it back on DC. I'm gonna try and reverse these leads here. No, see it is. It's DC. Now I reverse the lead, so I got negative. It is certainly. All right, there we go. Negative 36, 37. It's just jumping around because I didn't get a good grip on it. So we'll turn it back off. You know, it's showing 37. The bulbs are rated for 27. I don't know. Maybe something's wrong on that circuit. Maybe it's because it doesn't have the right load. Maybe it's all kinds of crazy. Who knows? You know, also, this is made in '69, so I know there was differences in going from 110 to 120 at some point. God, I would have thought that it would have been, by the time '69 rolled around, that would have been already in place. But who knows? Maybe it's something to do with that. My Variac's out right now, so I can't really dial that in, but I do have it on the isolation transformer, and that's not doing anything weird. So, all right, power's off. Let's see about getting this bulb in. Now, I've never done this with one of these. Like I said, I clipped these leads to get this out because I believe it was soldered in or something on the back side here. I don't really know. This thing just seems so fragile. I was just afraid to work on that, solder it and stuff. So maybe we'll tack solder it or something though. So you still got the little leads popped out of there, but let's try one of these guys. So, I mean, I can't imagine that this is, none of the leads are longer than the other. It's probably just a standard AC bulb, which works on DC just fine. The ends of those leads are a little tarnished. We'll get some sandpaper if I need to, but let's give this a sanity check here. See if I can just slide these in and throw some power to it, see what it does. Sorry if my head's in the picture there. All right, so I'm gonna hold that there. I'll probably electrocute myself. No. There you go. So yeah, that works just fine. And I mean, I'd have to imagine that I could reverse that. It'd probably work fine too. Yeah, it's fine either way. It's not like some kind of, it's not an LED. Go figure. All right, so I'm gonna set this in here. Of course, I didn't do a fantastic job getting the original length, but it's got to have been shorter than that. So I'm going to snip these. I got a few of these, so if we screw this one up, screw it. Whatever. I'm going to go right about there. We'll try that. Like I said, I got some more. That's too short, whatever. Research and development right here, people. So try sliding that in. All right, so that's in. Yeah, it lights up. So here's the thing though. I mean, it's like I'm hesitant to solder that in there. I mean, I gotta do something, but I am hesitant to solder it in there because if the original one was soldered, it was soldered at the back. So I mean, I could put a little dab here. Just, I don't know. It just seems odd. I'd almost rather just use a piece of electrical tape or something for now, just to hold it in. See how I feel about it later. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna grab a piece of electrical tape. We'll secure it with that for now. You guys do whatever you want. You wanna solder that bit, you wanna super glue that bitch in there, do it. I don't care. So I get crafty with this electrical tape though, because it's gonna be too big on its own. We'll just make a mess because I don't have everything set up well. Missing my snips, man. My wife's giving me a hard time for taking her scissors yesterday. Just put that there and this here, and before you know it, the whole damn workbench will be covered in shit again. Let's see. This is how you treat a classic American vintage piece of equipment. You just slap on some electrical tape. It's classy. This is mine, by the way. I'm not doing this for like a customer or anything. So the work we do around here, no, this is just a hobby for me. I actually do software development as a profession. Yeah, you know, this is I don't know if this is gonna work out as well as I was thinking it was. We'll see. Yeah, some people like to collect stamps. It's not for me. Play video games. I'll play some games with my son. My sons, I should say. But this is fun. Fun for me anyway. I know a lot of other guys like this kind of stuff too. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this. And gals, if you're out there. Alright, you know what? That's gonna, well, as long as it's still got, yeah, it's still good. I'm gonna do that for now. Like I said, you guys do what you want. I'm gonna do that for now because I just don't feel super awesome about soldering that in there. Because my luck, it'll go bad and I'll be trying to get it out and then I'll fuck this thing up and I don't want to do that. So, tape it is for now. Cool. Let's put that in there. And you just gotta try and get these bad boys on. See, that pinches right in. Okay. Bop, bop. There you go. So, as long as that's still going, that's that one's done. We just got 2 more bulbs to do. Let's see what we got. Hey, look at that, man. That looks good. FM stereo signal coming on. I'm not gonna move it too much just to kind of get it to blink, just because the like I said, that tuning capacitor is still not tied down. You want to have that thing all over the place. But yeah, I mean, look at the difference too. These correct bulbs, the GE55s, GE47s are not correct. These definitely get warmer. I mean, you can actually feel them through the faceplate, and I'm dirtying this thing up. And these don't. It's almost like LEDs. How cool these run, but you know what? It looks a lot better. So whatever. Let's get those last 2 done. All right, so I'm gonna try and move this back and turn power off, 700 volts right here. Again, I mean, you have to do something pretty dumb, but I mean, God, you never know. You may have a fray wire here. Might be the last thing you experience. Let's get confused on this. I don't know if I'm taking this the right direction here. Just be careful, you know. You don't want to. I just think it would probably be a major pain in the butt to try and have to rewire this thing. I've never actually done it. I know you can, obviously. So same thing. We're just gonna get in here. We're gonna kind of push, work it off the deal there. These little plastic things coming off, and I think these are coming off because these bulbs actually allow them to slide right off, but the other bulbs are much kind of bigger, so they wouldn't come off with those bulbs on. So there we go. 47 out. As you can see how it's like, I don't have the smallest hands in the world. I don't have the biggest either, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to work in here. So, let's see, I got 2 more of these guys here. Probably stack those 47s back in for another hack job. Put them back in their original box. I picked this up at like some yard sale or something. And I was just, I was looking through just some bins, and this was in there. I was like, holy crap, that's so cool. It's the only old thing in the place. Alright, so I'm trying to get these out of the wrapper here wasn't pre-prepared on this one. Where'd those scissors go? A messy bench here. Just cut this, have all the pieces fall into the tuner. No big deal, right? Ain't nothing but a thing, like we say around the office. Ain't nothing but a thing. This is good music, man. There we go. And then fight with it, fight with it. There we go. This is a benefit if you have small hands, man. You'd be all on this thing. And when you go to put the tuning capacitor back in, you might find that they're sticking out too far. You just put them back in there. You know, like the advice I gave you before, I didn't actually follow it. This bowl's probably bad, so let's turn it on and see. No, luckily it's good. Last of the 47s. It's really not a bad job once you've done it 2 times, 3 times like I have. When I first went to do this, I was even reading online and like I ran across an article on Audio Karma, or not an article, but a forum post, and the guy's like, yeah, just go through the back, you know, up here. I'm like, okay. I got in here, I'm like, okay, how do I get these damn things out? I'm like trying to get these out, and there's like no room. I'm like, should I unscrew these or not? I couldn't really find anything on anybody saying that you should unscrew it or not. But I just kind of did it on the whim. I figured there was no way, because I mean, there's just no space. You gotta unscrew it, move it out of the way. So there we go. Like I said, you could probably wing it through the front if you wanted to, but I've had the front off to fix it. I had like a light bleed problem and stuff. That's a pain in the balls, man. Don't go that route. I mean, unless you got other problems in the front you want to try and mess with. Definitely easier this way. So okay, all the bulbs are in, and again I did it again. I didn't check that bulb while I had it out nice and neat. But luckily, looks like it's good. So looks pretty good, man. Got the FM light going there because we got a FM, got a stereo signal. Not FM light, we'll call it FM. This whole damn tuner's just FM. There's no AM even on this. It's stereo, damn it. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. So this actually looks a little more blue, which I actually kind of like in this picture. Here's a little more green because this is an incandescent shining through this thing. When I had tried some LEDs, there's a super blue, which is also cool too, but this is the original look, so hell, why not? All right, I'll go ahead and pull this back up here. Show you that reattaching the tuning capacitor is not a difficult task. Turn power off. Take this nice and slow. You can see as I'm doing that there. There you go. So it's like you just gotta futz with it. My brain does not remember the correct way to turn it to move it, so I gotta relearn it every single time. Because yeah, I don't know if you saw me, I was moving the FM selector. Shit. The tuning dial. Can't remember what all these damn things are called. While I was moving that. Give you some slack and stuff. So it looks like, you know, we got the holes lined up and we've still got some space here. Obviously you don't want that rubbing on the this wheel here or on the string. So that looks good. Let's get the screws back in, which are over here. And that is not the right screwdriver. So we have magnet. Yeah. You know, I didn't know about it until, hell, not even probably 2 years ago. Let me show you guys something. Yeah, this. I'm sure a lot of you guys know about this. I didn't know about these damn things my whole damn life. I could have used this so many times. I don't even remember where the hell I ran across this. I might have been on another YouTube video, but this takes a regular old screwdriver. Stick that in there a few times. Looks inappropriate. But that totally magnetizes this thing. So I could just go like that, look at that. Boom, this is a normal screwdriver. This thing's totally magnetized. And it stays magnetized for a damn while. And then if you want to demagnetize it, you put it on that side. And most of the times I try and demo that, and it's still magnetized. Yeah, see, it's still magnetized. But you know what? I don't give a damn because I don't care about demagnetizing it. I'm not working on like old school hard drives. This is what I want. I mean, this is fantastic. Now, I mean, obviously you know what's so great about that. Right? Of course you get like, you know, like a hex drive or whatever. It's got, you know, the magnetized tips and everything. But this is so damn convenient, man. There's so many tools that are not magnetized. And you can just at will magnetize any of them. Any of them are metal anyway, right? I don't know why I'm still doing it. You don't need to keep doing it. I'm just doing it out of habit now. But I mean, it's just one of those things I just never picked up along growing up. My dad was always handy and stuff, but hell, we just never had that. Screws going back. Some of these screws too, it's almost like they're cross-threaded. I mean, it's really just this one. So you just back it off and try and go in a little bit again. Just make sure it's in there snug. You don't want to, obviously you don't want to like really push these things down. There is no need. I mean, you don't want to strip them, you don't want to do anything like that. This one's even like a little bit loose, and I'm not going to even force it because the other three are holding in good. And it's not loose like it's going to come out. It's just, it's not all the way seated. I don't even care. I'm just going to leave it. Again, this is mine. If it was somebody else's, you know, maybe I'd work with it for the next 30 minutes and try and get it to seat properly. But that's basically it. I mean, you saw the whole thing. I mean, it took me, what, I don't even know, 15, 20 minutes. And I'm sitting here doing the video and talking and stuff. I'm trying not to electrocute myself on the 700 volt deal here. That's another thing, too, on the bottom of this unit, which, yeah, I've got the cover on. I'll do it on another video. But, you know, you got all your normal stuff, there's caps and everything else, but I mean, there's individual boards, and one of those boards is the scope controller board, and it says, I mean, read that damn service manual, it says right on there, there's live, like anywhere between 500 and 700 volts on that damn thing, and it's right next to, like, say, for instance, you know, the FM alignment board or some of the other things that you might be trying to tweak. As a matter of fact, if you take a look here, if I got this the right side, yeah. These two screw holes here, these two little holes here on the side, that's for sticking in. Usually you'll do it when it's flipped over on the top side. You can get access to the back, but you can put in plastic, mind you, not metal. For God's sake, don't put any metal in here, or at least make sure it's shielded. You can put in a little flathead, and you can adjust the scope, and you can adjust the intensity and the sharpness. I'm saying that, the focus. Right, to get it tweaked just the right way. But again, I mean, it says right there in the service manual, hell, be careful, because on those adjustment, basically like little pots, I mean, it's live 700 volts or whatever it is. And I mean, shit, you're not paying attention, you jam a flathead, you know, metal screwdriver there, you got your finger on there, and you just hit the wrong way. So I wouldn't even recommend doing it unless you've got the thing flipped upside down, you can see exactly where it's going. You shut that in the wrong way, dude. That's it. That ain't good. So you just gotta be careful, be mindful when you're working on these things. Up here is fine. Just, you know, keep power off. Don't go sticking your finger. Don't go licking this. It's not the best idea to be licking that. You get what I'm saying? Just be smart with what you're doing. You'll be fine. So yeah. So at that point, that's it. They're all replaced. I'm gonna turn the power on. That looks good, man. Give that a minute. Oh, there you go. Yeah, stereo indicator bulb. Let me go ahead and just for shits and giggles. Let me go. I got a little Sansui over here playing. It's my garage rig. I'll turn that off. I'll turn on. Ooh, amp I got temporarily plug this into. There we go. It's got these crappy, literally rabbit ears in here. I got a mess in here.
sitting there with a bunch of people and we're drinking from the bucket.
Let's see. Stick this here so we can get in some decent on it. That's nice. Touchy. There we go. Just looking for a strong signal. I ordered another antenna to have in here. I got a nice one in the attic, but it's kind of a pain. It's not running to here. So I ordered another little antenna to try in here. But there you go, man. I mean, you got all the lights looking good. Scope's working. That's a whole nother thing. The scope is fine. I'll do another video at some point because when I first got this unit, I was also having problems just pulling in stereo in general. And I don't have everything to do a full alignment, but as I was reading through the service manual, you look, and in the section for the MPX oscillator, which is what does the stereo part, one of the last steps is basically like to adjust this little pot and you know, for stereo separation and to get the stereo light to come on. So I was like, well, shit, I'll just go ahead and give that a try, and well, that actually fixed it. So I know it's not a full, you know, fix. It's like a poor man's garage fix, and it may or may not work for you. But that's what I did, and I'll do a video on where that is and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's enough to get the job done for me. I'm sure it could, you know, really use an alignment and stuff, which maybe I'll approach later. But you know, for now, it's good enough, man. Got new bulbs and working good enough for me. So, all right, I'll call this a wrap. Bye. I'll do one more. The lights out, the flash thing off. I'm gonna get it focused in there. Yeah, that's good, man. That's a good unit, man. Sounds good. This particular one is just in great shape. All right, bye.